Yo guys, welcome back to another video. So as you know, Mauer Tozen dropped recently, and the majority of the community, including myself, have been enjoying it. But during the round-based hiatus, the topic of Zombies Chronicles 2 has been discussed around the community. If you don't know what Zombies Chronicles is, basically it was a DLC pack in Black Ops 3 that came with 8 remastered maps that consisted of Nocturne Tozen, Verrucht, Shino Numa, Kino Der Toten, Ascension, Shangri-La, Moon, and Origins. This pack was the most successful DLC pack that ever existed since it remastered some of the best zombies maps in history, and it was in the Black Ops 3 engine, which is widely regarded as the best engine. But people have wanted a second Chronicles since Black Ops 4, and apparently some Chronicles 2 maps have been done since Black Ops 4. And because of the round-based hiatus in Cold War, people were hoping that Treyarch would release Chronicles 2 because of it. The issue with this is the fact that the Cold War engine might remove that OG feel because of exfil, choosing whatever you want as your starting weapon, the crafting system, and many other things that Cold War introduced. Some people like it, others don't. But I have an idea of how Treyarch could make both sides of the community happy. Now, I'm not saying that this stuff will happen. They may not add some of the maps that I mentioned. This could take a lot of work to implement. Heck, Chronicles 2 might not even be in Cold War at all. So remember, this is not confirmed information. This is just my idea. So first of all, which maps will be a part of Chronicles 2? I would add every map that wasn't remastered with the first Chronicles, with the exception of Derice since it got a remaster within the BO3 specific maps, which was the Giant. But the maps that would be included would be 5, Call of the Dead, Green Run, which includes its 4 maps, Transit, Town, Bus Depot, and Farm, Die Rise, Buried, Mob of the Dead, and Nuketown Zombies. That's 7 maps, or 10 if you separate the Green Run maps, but it's close to the amount of maps from Chronicles 1. I didn't include Black Ops 3 or 4 maps because they don't need remasters because their designs still hold up to this day, even though people would probably want the Black Ops 4 maps to be remastered on the Cold War engine at least, since people don't like Black Ops 4. They're still fairly new, so there's no point in remastering them. Now you're probably thinking, so we have the maps, but it doesn't change the fact that they're still going to run on Cold War's engine. But I would say that you're partially wrong. So the maps would run on Cold War's engine, but there would also be another option, Legacy Mode. So what is Legacy Mode? Basically, Legacy Mode is a mode where the maps are the exact same graphics and everything, but it doesn't go by Cold War's rules. You will start off with the 1911 that is nerfed to be as weak as the OG Zombies 1911. This will be separate to the actual 1911 to avoid, breaking the game by accident. I'm not sure if they would allow you to be able to use that 1911 in the normal game, but at least in Legacy Mode, that 1911 will be available. And when it becomes Pack-a-Punch, just like the old days, it will become a Mustang and Sally. There will be no extra Pack-a-Punch tiers, no exfil, no crafting, no armor, and you would have Black Ops 3's movement, since that's the movement that the majority of the community likes. It will feel like you're playing Black Ops 3, but on Cold War. This way, people who prefer Cold War's movement can play the maps with that movement, and people who prefer the old feel can play on the old versions of zombies. Also, if you play on Legacy Mode, you're forced to play as the OG characters instead of your operators. That means you could play as Richtofen once again and have the real OG feel inside of Cold War. So how this would work is whenever you would click on the map to play on it, a separate tab will open prompting you to either play the Legacy version or the Cold War version. An example of this would be if you click on Solo Buried, the game would prompt you to choose Buried Solo or Buried Legacy Solo, and you would click on whichever one. Also with this, all of the Green Run maps, Transit, Bus Depot, Farm, and Town, will be under the Green Run tab. So there would be 8 different maps that you could play on when you click on the Green Run tab. The Legacy versions and the Cold War versions. So that's another thing, because obviously we don't want to clutter the actual map list, so why not just put all the maps that are part of Green Run inside the Green Run category. In addition to all of this, the loading screens would also differ depending on which version you choose. What I mean by this is if you click on the Cold War version of a map, the Cold War loading screen shows, where it shows a preview of the map that you're playing on, and then the map's name in big bold letters. But if you played the legacy version, you could see the old loading screen, like Green Run's loading screen, instead of the preview of the map. But no matter what version you played, the original loading music for the map would play. So if you liked the Green Run song, or the Buried song, or whatever, it would play while you load in. So in summary, Chronicles 2 would consist of the 7 maps that were not remastered for Chronicles 1, and you would have the choice of playing on the Cold War engine or the Black Ops 3 engine. Let me know what you think about this idea in the comments. Do you think it would be a good idea, or do you think it wouldn't be a good idea? If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd appreciate if you help me reach my goal. I upload Cold War Zombies, Warframe, Geometry Dash, and random games every once in a while, so if you enjoy these, then consider subscribing for those. But anyway, I'll leave this off here. Have a good rest of your day or night, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.